with all your experience in national security, what's your assessment of how our legislative branch was so blatantly breached when it comes to our national security?
Well, first off, it's quite simple. They planned for this. There had been many, many indications. I had been reporting them on Twitter, and other people had been putting them out, that these people were planning a major action on January 6th. As soon as the certification happened on December 14th, they started talking about January 6th going to the Capitol. Donald Trump tweeted about it, that come to the Capitol, it'll be wild. They had in their mind that they were going to take back the United States government from liberals and pedophiles and everyone else that they view as undesirable. So what they did was they did it under cover of a mass people action. You have to remember, during his speech, Donald Trump said, we're going to go down there and we're going to go embolden our politicians and we're going to walk down to the Capitol. Before that he was finished, we were watching live streams from these insurrectionists themselves. They were moving quickly towards the Capitol building. And overwhelmingly, the leading edge, the front edge of them, were young people under 30. I thought that was quite surprising, what we would call military-aged males. That was just one thing. But another component of this at the 80,000-foot level is the White House and the national security infrastructure of Donald Trump's government saw white Trump protesters as not a threat. Therefore, they only had as much staff as the Capitol as they would have on a regular business day. This was a national security event. The Vice President of the United States was there. The Vice President-elect was in the room, both with Secret Service details. The Speaker of the House was there. The President pro tem was there. 1/3 of the United States government could have been killed or injured. When they got to that building, they were executing the thoughts of the Michigan plotters when they were just going to take over the building and start killing people.
So let me ask you, Nance, because, look, we have these reports. According to reports, there's another planned attack on the U.S. state's Capitol and also on state legislatures across the country on January 17th. Based on what we've seen this week, do you feel like the U.S. Capitol is prepared for another violent insurrection like this? Because Congressman Clyburn seemed to be suggesting that there was some sort of inside information or inside help from law enforcement agencies to usher these people to certain offices. Where do you stand on that?
Well, I'm not sure about that. They had more than enough internal information. Look, I've been in that building. I couldn't find his office. I think just the thrust of people power put so many people throughout the building that people just found his office. Now, the place where it was most dangerous was the Speaker's lobby, and that's where deadly force was used to keep those rioters from getting into the chambers where there were hundreds of members inside there and possibly carrying out executions. They built a gallows on the mall, right? So that tells you that what their intent was a large hostage barricade and quite possibly the executions of government members.
And they look very comfortable, Nance. They look very comfortable. Let me just ask you, because
they chanted hang Mike Pence.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you, because we're running out of time, and I really want to get to this because according to reporting, the Washington Post ran a story about Secret Service agents being asked to step down, essentially, that they're reassigning Secret Service agents to President-elect Joe Biden because there were concerns about QAnon believers and strong-hearted MAGA supporters infiltrating the Secret Service. The Secret Service is not just guard the president. They don't just guard the vice president. They guard a lot of leadership within our country. How concerned should we be that these violent insurrectionists have infiltrated certain parts of our law enforcement, particularly Secret Service, and quite frankly, law enforcement across the country?
Until recently, I believe that these organizations like the Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, other federal law enforcement agencies were what I call a jealous organization. They are jealous of their role and their loyalty to that job. But let me point out one of the top insurrectionist, people who stokes radio every day is Dan Bonino, the owner of parlor. He was an ex-Secret Service officer under Barack Obama. The head of they had taken one of the senior Secret Service officers out of the Secret Service and made him a political appointee for Donald Trump, and now they've put him back into the Secret Service. What I'm afraid of as a counterterrorism specialist is that they're going to get an Indira Gandhi situation where one of her bodyguards killed her. Right? Rajiv Gandhi, one of the bodyguards allowed a woman with a suicide bomb next to him and blew him up. All bets are off now, right? A full scrub of the United States government has to be done to ensure that all members of government, no matter their party, are kept safe.